escorting 2 inmates into a restricted area of the jail, one of whom has been blurred because of his cooperation. The other inmate has been identified as Marquavius Huey, who's one of the 6 defendants currently standing trial in the YSL Rico gang case.
So either these boys too smart for their own good, or did Mr. Sprinkle actually just assist the state? Man.
If you new, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, that like, share, comment, and subscribe. Grab a seat, we finna dig deep.
What's up, YouTube family, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Jay. And man, y'all know we back with another Young Thug YSL Rico trial update. Now, while court has been on break, just when you thought things couldn't get any wilder, man, we back with another legal twist where a former Fulton County correctional officer has been accused of actually taking bribes from inmates. And unfortunately, one of the YSL defendants has been alleged in the incident. But ask yourself this, is the state actually setting traps that these defendants keep falling for? Man, before we tap in, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you tap that notification bell so you'll get the drops. Y'all know the vibes, grab a seat, we're finna dig deep. Now, what's interesting is an officer who was supposed to be upholding the law is now caught up in this Rico web. Now let's break down exactly what happened and what this means for the case and whether the state is actually using this to set up traps for Young Thug and his fellow co-defendants. Let's dig.
Fulton County detention officer is now in jail. She's accused of taking $17,000 in bribes to smuggle in contraband. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live at the jail where he learned one of the inmates involved is a defendant in the YSL trial. Michael.
Linda, we've learned that when investigators searched this former detention officer's iPhone, they found financial transactions, some of which were between that defendant, Marquavius Huey's family, and this former jailer. Tonight, though, we have learned through this investigation that they believe 4 other inmates were also accused in this criminal scream.
I was like, wow, I was shocked.
That's the reaction that Fulton County Deputy Tessa Cole says she had as she watched this jail security video in July during a criminal investigation into a former detention officer accused of taking $17,000 in bribes in exchange for helping inmates smuggle in drugs and cell phones sold inside this jail.
Now, being that this isn't the first time that we've heard this actual incident or scenario in this trial or with the jail, should be making people question what exactly is going on in this trial and in this county. From the fanny to the bottom, man, we've seen it all. From corruption to manipulation to coercion. Now again, another assist from the state? Or was this just another YSL defendant that actually took the bait? Now what's interesting is this officer allegedly accepted money to bring in contraband to the jail. Now this is serious business because again, it throws a whole new level of corruption into the mix. Cell phones to paraphernalia, to even allegedly taking money to allow inmates to go into restricted areas. Man, ask yourself this, did the state know the whole time? Did the state allow their witness, Mr. Sprinkle, to pull information from that CO's line? And to dig even deeper, they already got a cooperating witness that's working from the inside? Is the state really just that fast? Or are these boys just that slow? And as you see in this trial, when it comes to working from the inside and corruption, how far will it go? Let's dig.
There were specific transactions on certain days that aligned with nefarious and criminal activity going on her floor by her.
Cole was talking about her now former colleague, Carmen Bailey, who had been under investigation since 2 inmates came forward and reported her alleged criminal behavior back in May. In the surveillance video recorded back in July, investigators say Bailey is seen escorting 2 inmates into a restricted area of the jail, one of whom has been blurred because of his cooperation. The other inmate has been identified as Marquavius Huey, who's one of the 6 defendants currently standing trial in the YSL Rico gang case. Court records accused Huey's mother and brother of paying Bailey a combined $1,500 to help him sell contraband to other inmates. Bailey's also accused of doing business with at least 4 other inmates, including Osama Manuel and Marcus Foley. Both men are awaiting to stand trial on gang and murder charges.
Now, 2 things I wanted to stop for right here. Now, it's interesting that they say there was a group of individuals that the officer was actually participating in this with, but you only see one person being revealed and exposed, the other person actually being blurred because they're cooperating. Second thing I wanted to pull out is it not ironic that they tied former gang to the other people that are involved in this actual situation? They tied former gang associates. Not even with YSL, they just put the word gang on there just to enhance the actual thought. with the state's narrative. So he who controls the narrative controls the theory. Let's dig.
We've started to like really implement a lot of data to track, obviously patterns. And in this tracking, the amount of contraband found on the floor that she was operating and, had a duty post orders, it was an uptick.
Yeah, in the last hour, attorneys for Mr. Huey sent me this statement regarding the allegations. It reads, unfortunately, it has all become too common that we hear about allegations of corruption, bribery, and violations of oath of office by the men and women responsible for housing and securing those individuals who are in custody within the Fulton County Jail. Our client, who has been in continuous custody since December 2021, is cloaked with a presumption of innocence as to all these recent allegations, and we will litigate this case in the courtroom. The statement ends in where all issues or proof will be zealously tested. Again, we are going to continue to follow this developing story. For now, we are live outside the Fulton County Jail. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News.
Now, you may be wondering, what does this mean exactly for the RICO trial? Well, it could impact the way the state actually shapes their narrative. Now, we know the state's definitely been throwing everything they've got, from wiretaps down to witness testimony. But man, another inside officer working with the defendants should raise a bigger question of concern. How is it that YSL is actually running a criminal enterprise when it's their own officers actually caught in the dealing? Now, this could actually work in favor of the defense because it actually shows the corruption on the other side, especially when it comes to conspiracy, organized crime, and bribes. Should we actually just be looking at the state when it comes to the word organized crime? Or did the defendant actually fall for the bait that was set from the state the whole time? Yo, stop what you're doing real quick. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit the like button. Share the video. Hit the like button. Let's dig. Now, the good thing is Mr. Matthews actually wasted no time coming out and making a statement on behalf of his client, Mr. Huey, which reads as follows. Our client, who has been in continuous custody since December 2021, is cloaked with a presumption of innocence as to all these recent allegations, and we will litigate this case in the courtroom, where all issues of proof will be zealously tested. So ask yourself, did the state just set this bait, and did they actually just get another defendant to run for the play? Now, when it comes to this actual case, and we're talking about RICO and furtherance and conspiracy, do you not see a pattern of behaviors from the employees that come from the state? Let that sink in. Now, let's be clear. This is definitely about to be an interesting situation, especially when court resumes. Is this a situation that the state can actually use to actually create that leverage over the defense to help shape and strengthen that narrative? Or will the defense actually use this to actually make it backfire on the state? Because again, this is another employee from the state actually who signed with the state doing things against the state. Let that sink in. Now, let's talk about timing. Was this not perfect timing? Being that court has actually been on break since last week, this actually gets released right before we go back in session for court. Was that not perfect timing? Just like Detective Gaither happened to mumble something at perfect time that the judge couldn't hear, but the entire courtroom here? Is that not perfect timing? Or what about Detective Gaither having to come back and then some of the missing files actually starting to pop up? Is this not perfect timing? Are we all witnessing something that's actually scripted? And ask yourself this, did the state actually set that bait for these defendants? Because again, we may see the same actual pattern of behaviors coming from the inside correctional officers that are actually working with the inmates. Should the jury actually be looking at the defendants or be looking at the employees of the state? Man, in my personal opinion, I feel like this was another play that was designed from the state. And in my personal opinion, this defendant might have actually just took that bait. Now, for him to have his actual family members caught up in this actual bribe and this whole situation that's going on with that, ask yourself, again, where's Young Thug attached? This man in a whole different jail again. So you can't say that it's furtherance. There is no motive, and you still haven't proved conspiracy. And the only furtherance that we see is the inmates and the correctional officers working together. So again, was this another play from the state? And did the defendant actually just fall in place? Man, until next time, y'all remember, the life you save might be your very own. This is another perfect example of the life that you save might be your very own. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know. Was this another play from the state? Or did the defense just actually bite the bait? Would this actually impact the case? Or, again, he has been trying to get severed from the case. But was this just another calculated chess move from the state? I'm your host, Jay. Until next time, man, y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts. Tap that like button if you enjoyed the content and the update. Hit that notification bell so you'll get the drop and don't miss a thing whenever I do drop. And until next time, gone.